All right. Hey everyone, this is Iamkedeja Go with Purpose, and tonight we're going to talk about self-assessment, self-love, and basically doing a self-assessment of if we are practicing self-love on ourselves. And if not, trying to figure out how to get there. So last time we spoke, I went over the 5 love languages and then added my own, which is music, gifts, acts of service, quality time, personal touch, and words of affirmation are the 5. And then of course, like I said, music. So with this thing, I think it's just so important when you are working on yourself and really trying to learn this thing called self-love. It's very important to figure out what and who you are and your negatives and your positives and all this. So I guess some people would call self-assessment shadow work, or you can call it just getting to know yourself and reinventing yourself, or self-assessment, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's important for your growth. I think it's important for not just your growth, but for you to know who you are. So when someone comes into your life, you know, and this could be on a friendship level, it could be family, whatever. When someone is in your life or come into your life, you know yourself. So you know yourself to a point where they can't dictate to you. I have my iPad with me right here. And one of the questions is, what are some of your negative tendencies, your healthy behaviors or unhealthy behaviors, or thinking patterns and habits? So basically, what are some of your negative tendencies, unhealthy behaviors, thinking patterns, and bad habits? Writing those down, you can kind of get an idea of what things you want to change. And there might be some unhealthy behaviors that you don't want to change, but maybe you should, or you could become aware of and then learn to grow from them. I understand it's very hard to do this because I've done it, and the process of doing a self-assessment, it starts with hurt, because you kind of start to figure out who you are. You're like, oh, I don't like that part about me. Ooh, I need to change that. Oh, you know what? That's not cool. Oh, let me get rid of that. And then you start to think back about things that you've done in your past, and you're like, whoa, I can't believe that. And totally understand that happens to all of us. And we have to forgive ourselves for some of those things, and then we have to move forward and just make an effort not to repeat those same patterns, mistakes, behaviors and habits. So, of course, again, that's one question you can go over is, what are some of my negative behaviors, negative tendencies, bad behaviors, bad thinking patterns and habits? The next one is, am I satisfied with who I am as a person? And what parts about me do I want to change? That's something that it might take weeks, months for you to figure out all the stuff that you want to change about yourself. There are things that you might come and you have people that are close to you and that they might know or might not say about you that they wish you would know, so you can kind of evolve from it or just make yourself a little bit better. But really asking yourself that question, am I satisfied with who I am? Am I really happy with the person I am right now? If you can really say that without any hesitation, great. But if you can't sit there and say, you know what, I love who I am, I enjoy who I am, I feel good about who I am, and I love the way there was a video with what is her name? Oh my gosh. She's an actress, Zoe Saldana. And she was talking about, she had come to a point in her life where she started to love who she was. She liked the way she learned. She was satisfied with who she was. She was satisfied, she liked the way that she made her mistakes. And she was becoming who she wanted to be because she became happy and content with everything, the bad and the good, and to be able to evolve from that, you know. So those are two of the questions that I would suggest you start now with, and then we can move forward. And if you want to leave comments, questions, or whatever in the comment section, please do. Please, again, like and follow, subscribe. This is new for me. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I just been putting it off, and something told me I can't put it off anymore. So thanks for chiming in. This is Iamkedeja. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.